What it do, ski YouTube? It's your boy Nrml checking back in. And first things first, I totally understand it was not an SB. I saw the comments, I got the hate mail. Okay, my bad. Mispronunciation on my part. Let's move past that on to today's video. But I'm glad we're starting to build some rapport, you and I am talking about. So today I want to take a step away from the sneaker world and really take this video in a different direction. And I know you're probably confused right now, but lately there's only been one thing on social media and one thing on a lot of your minds. Obviously, it's one of those if you know moments. Today I want to give you a closer look at Nocta. For those of you who know, Nocta is a diffusion brand from Nike, and it's the latest iteration coming out in terms of streetwear, I guess loungewear, or maybe even sportwear. It's really hard to categorize something like this because there's a lot going on. And first things first, whether it's the University Gold or the Black, this apparel collection is nuts, man. Having it in hand now, like huge shout out to Nike, obviously. Huge shout out to Nrml for blessing the kid with having these in hand for the fellow roadmen out there like me, all my UK blokes, wagwan. But yeah, let's really take a closer look. So I will say off the rip, this is a 10-piece collection for the first launch. It's ranging from everything from outerwear, hoodies, pants, socks, hats, and there's even gloves too for all of those race car drivers out there in the world. So I do want to give you a closer look at all of those. And I know you're gonna have a couple of questions in your mind right away, whether it comes to sizing, pricing, fit, and all the things that usually comes with the stigma of trying clothes online or seeing things before you can actually buy them. So I'm gonna dive into that. So Nocta is actually short for nocturnal, and it's an ode to someone special's nighttime habits and his crew as well, whether it's making music, playing sports, or just being on road in general. This is a collection made for those of us who are adaptable, are in multiple environments in a day, and just really want to be cozy and stay fresh at the same time. If any of those boxes check off something that resembles your life, this is going to be something you'd want in your closet expeditiously. So there is a lot to go through today, so make sure to get out your popcorn, but this is really a collection that's more about the mindset than the clothes. This is for everyone out there who has that unrelenting drive, that charisma, that swagger when it comes to just living your everyday life and being the best you. But let's go through it piece by piece and see if it lives up to the hype. These timeless silhouettes I'm about to show you really do nod to Nike's timeless history, whether it's the reflective piping on it, the actual 3M hits, the beveled swoosh on a lot of the pieces you're gonna see here, or just the minute details such as the CL or AWR hits on the back of the hoodies that I will show you as well. But I'm gonna start with the most important part of an outfit to some people, the socks, obviously. Thankfully for this collection, it does come with not one, but two pairs. We have a white pair and a black pair, reverse, whatever you want to call it. And when it comes to branding, it's the small things that make a huge difference. For these socks specifically, there is a Nike hit on the heel as you come to tell, but also on the toe, there's the Nocta branding. So whether you're in the gym or whether you wear a lot of slides at home like me, these subtle details really can elevate your outfit to the next level. And in terms of quality, I'm gonna be honest, since it is stemming from Nike originally, the branding is there, but it does actually look a little bit better than your usual Nike sock. And when it comes to the black pair, as you can see, it's an exact alternate of the white pair, but instead of the black hits, it has the University Gold hits, whether it's the Nike swoosh, whether it's the CL on the ankle, which I think may stand for Certified Lover, maybe? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know, because I know there's some Drake stans out there watching this video. And on the toe, there's also a Nocta hit. And even on the branding, if you take a close look at this, on the light blue branding, it does have the spirit of the night and the Nocta symbol on that, complemented by the Nike swoosh. I don't know if where you're at right now it's cold, but in my city, it is brick weather. So when it comes to winter accessories, there are a few must-haves in anyone's collection. Which brings me on to the next piece, coincidentally, gloves. So for this Nocta collection, they also came with gloves. It's truly fitting of what a roadman can be, and anyone who's a night jogger or exercises outside in any extent. So as per usual, they do have the Nike hit on the tag with the actual Nocta logos on the football glove, as you can see here on the cardboard. But when it comes to the actual glove, small details make the biggest difference. Whether it's a Nike swoosh on the back of the hand, there's also a Nocta hit on the inside of the wrist, And in terms of sizing, I have regular size hands. These are a size large. And I will say, without a doubt, these are pretty form-fitting. So this large really feels like a medium, if I'm being honest. But they do feel good. And they also, I just saw this actually, they also have an AWR hit right above the thumb. So I'm not completely sure what that means, but once again, if you know, let me know in the comments. This is kind of like a trivia show for me and you. The more you know, the better for me. And the more I can show, the better for you, obviously. But these gloves are sweet. I would definitely consider adding these to my rotation just because they are super grippy. And I know if I was ever in a snowball fight, someone would get done, just done. And there's one more accessory to come from this collection to really top off the fit, all pun intended. So for all my cappers out there, there's the Nocta hat as well. This is in the classic black and university gold colorway. It is a sport fit, so it's really slim and streamlined with the actual flexible beak. And on the back of the hat, it does have the strap back action, so it's super, super adjustable. If you can tell by my hair, I'm not a hat guy by any means. I would say the best features about this hat obviously are the Nocta hit in university gold on the right side of it, as well as how breathable it feels. I'm not sure what materials Nike chose to use for this actual iteration, but they're super, super breathable and super, super transferable. This would be a hat you can wear to the gym. And then if you have a meeting right after, nobody can give you a second look. So this is definitely one of the standout pieces of the collection in my opinion. And it just, the details are killer on this. Like I really can't say too much more in terms of good stuff. Definitely worth a second look. When it comes to this collection, there's obviously some clothing associated with it as well. In my opinion, pants are what really make or break an outfit. So that's what I want to talk about next. And obviously I got to talk about these right here. These university gold joggers, sweatpants, whatever you want to call them. I just call them sick, honestly. The material on these is bananas. And in terms of details, like, wow, these are truly a sight for sore eyes. So where do I start with these? Let me just take them off the hanger actually. But first impressions, the material is great. It's definitely a step above what Nike's usually put out. I think that they really tapped into the materials and the aesthetic specifically for this collection. So when it comes to us, it's just gonna be a cut above in terms of loungewear, in terms of sportswear, and in terms of adaptability. There is a lot of details on this, so I'm gonna take it slow. First things first, on the left thigh, there's the bezeled Nike swoosh. So it's just actually debossed and it's made of rubber. So super, super durable for those of you who actually use these to work out. Towards the bottom of the pants, as I said before, it is more of a jogger bottom. So it's a streamlined fit and it gives you more of a tapered look. So in my opinion, the best shoe that would look good with this outfit is probably an Air Max. And this would perfectly show off the Air Max in terms of silhouette. And the last thing on the front of the pants I wanted to talk about was actually the zipper pocket. Nocta opted to put the black sealed zip with a university gold pull tag on the zip. So it zips up and makes everything more streamlined. And that way your keys don't fall out of your pocket or whatever you might have in there. And I think it adds to the slim aesthetic. If we go on to the back of the pants, there is a few details I do want to bring your attention to. The first thing that catches my eye is the Spirit of the Night symbol on the top right corner, kind of on like the upper corner of your lower right back. So that's sweet. There's also a hang tag on the waist. So that way the actual waistline, since it is elasticated, doesn't get worn out if you hang it on the door instead of folding it. On the back right calf, there's also the bezeled AWR logo. So once again, if you know what that is, I sound like a broken record, please let me know. It's like an inside joke and I'm not inside the joke right now. And on the black pair, it's more the same, honestly. It has all the same hits, but one thing I did want to bring your attention to as well is on the right leg, there actually is another rubberized Nocta hit, kind of on the right calf in all honesty. And just these small details are what elevate these from a usual jogger or sweatpant to the next level. These are definitely sweatpants that you would catch me out in public with. Full transparency, I don't own any sweatpants, but these might have to be the first ones in my collection. Next to the pants, I want to talk about what I would consider the most wearable piece of this collection. Obviously, that's got to be the hoodie. They opted to give you two options for this as well. You have university gold, you have black. So let's take a closer look at the black one first this time. So for the black hoodie, it is the typical Nike hoodie. They have the university gold swoosh right under the neckline. But for this one, it's not actually fabric, it's rubberized, so way more durable, kind of water resistant if you're on a run and you're sweating. It's totally cool. And in terms of details, they opted to give you more of that university gold piping. On the inside of the arm, there's a rubberized Nocta logo as well. It's like kind of like a tech fleece fit, so way more streamlined and simple. Even the strings are less bulky. Everything on this is just really streamlined for maximum comfort and maximum adaptability. So typical hood, pretty weighty. I would say this is a medium weight hoodie. Best case scenario is that you wear this with the next thing I'm gonna talk about as a complement, so that way you can label it together. Moving on to the back of the hoodie, as you can see, right behind the hood, another hidden surprise. This is the Spirit of the Night symbol that Nocta has hit on a bunch of things throughout these pieces. And then the bottom left side, there's also CL, I think that stands for Certified Lover, with the University Gold piping on top to complement it, and the AWR on the bottom right corner of the body as well. So for the yellow, it's pretty much the same story. Out of the two, I would say yellow is probably my favorite. Not that many people choose yellow as a primary color, but I think with the University Gold, it's not tacky by any means. And if you see this running down the block at you, you're gonna pay attention to it right away for better or worse. So I definitely say it's super, super cool. So same details as before. We have the beveled swoosh on the neckline. We have the black reflective piping around the hoodie, as well as the Nocta symbol on the inside of the right arm as per usual. Moving on to the back. This time they opted for a black Spirit of the Night symbol, the black piping all around. And the last thing I want to talk about today is probably the most coveted piece from the whole collection. This is for all the real roadmans out there, everybody who likes to be cozy, all the frugal boys, everybody out there who just likes to get fire fits off. Obviously, it's the bubble jacket. This is the pièce résistance, in all honesty, the puffer jacket, the Michelin Man jacket, the bubble jacket, whatever you want to call it. Where do I start with this? Obviously, the first thing that catches my eye is this DeBoss swoosh. They opted for the leather on leather, giving it a 3D effect. On the right side of the chest is the Nocta hit. At first, it looks like it's all black, but it actually is fully 3M. So when the light hits it, it shines right back, which is sweet. Middle of the jacket, typical zipper, or so you think. It actually has a dual zipper on it. So you can pull that up and give you the reverse zipper look if you want to let your body breathe, if you're too hot. Weather pull tab at the top of the jacket. On the front, the typical 2 waist pockets, which are also zip enclosures as well. So nothing too unfamiliar there. And moving on to the back of the jacket, there is a few subtle details I do want to bring your attention to. First would be this pull tab. It also has the Nocta branding on it as well. And on the bottom left side, it's AWR, reflective hit. And on the bottom right side, it's CL, another reflective hit. But I know I'm gonna miss talking about the elephant in the room, the biggest piece, the huge puff Nike swoosh that really seals the deal on this jacket. And I think makes this the standout piece for the whole collection. No, I didn't forget, when it comes to sizing on the pants, hoodie, and jacket, I would say definitely runs on the slimmer side. It is more of that streamlined silhouette. So for someone like me, who's usually a large in the top and medium in the bottom, I would tend to size up to get the baggier fit that I like personally. But if you like things that are more form-fitting, stick true to size and you will not be disappointed. When it comes to this 10-piece collection, I'm gonna say Nocta really knocked it out the park, all pun intended. I think that in terms of actually putting this in a single category, you just can't do that. It's super good sportswear, super good loungewear, and just really transferable through whatever you want to do, especially for those of you working at home or those of you in isolation. So when it comes to the collection, I know the price point can actually be quite shocking at first, but you got to pay to play sometimes. And if you want a high quality item, the price is kind of justifiable in my opinion. But I really want to know what you think out there. Do you think it's worth the price and all the hype that comes with it? Or do you think it's a big swing and a miss? Personally, I think if you wear a coat every day, it's a little bit more justifiable because you think about the cost per wear, as I like to call it, when it comes to certain pieces like outerwear or pants versus like a sick pair of sunglasses. Like this is stuff that you're probably wearing multiple times a week in all honesty. So let me know in the comments what you think about it and if it's lived up to the hype or if it's just a big pass on your point. Anyways, if you want to know about this upcoming release, which is very soon by the way, or anything in the future, make sure to follow Normal on social channels, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, obviously YouTube. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And you can catch me at Mind and Malcolm on Instagram, Twitter, and everything in between. Appreciate the love and appreciate the views. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna take one of these jackets and head on home and play some video games because it's way too cold to be outside right now. And I hope you're warmer than me. Peace.